The State Weather Bureau PAGASA issued a La Niña watch alert in March, indicating that the phenomenon is likely to occur this year. Recently, there has been pressing concern about whether the Philippines is currently experiencing the effects of La Niña due to the continuous heavy rains caused by Typhoon Carina, Super Typhoon Enteng, and the Southwest Monsoon. Also, according to PAGASA, more tropical cyclones are likely to form in the coming weeks, leading to continuous heavy rains. So, the pressing question is La Niña already here in the Philippines? With this concern, I will talk to Ana Liza Solis, the Assistant Weather Services Chief and the Chief of the Climate Monitoring and Prediction Section of PAGASA. In this B-side episode, she will talk how the La Niña phenomenon occurs and its effects. She will also provide strategies on how to prepare for La Niña. Hello, Ma'am Solis. Pleasure to meet you. What does La Niña mean, and why is it important for people to be informed about it?
Now, when we think of La Niña, so this is the unusual cooling of the central and eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean. So, while yung western tropical Pacific, which is near the Philippine Sea, ito naman yung meron siyang warming. So, it tends to warm, therefore favorable for rainfall formation. So, this warm water is being pushed towards the West Pacific. So, therefore, more clouds in the Philippines and more rains could be developed. And this La Niña increases the probability of more rainfall than usual to be received in the country. And this might be due to the active rain-bearing weather systems, such as the tropical cyclone, the low pressure area, shear line, intertropical convergence zone, and the like. So, including monsoon as well. So, why is it important for the people to be informed about it? Yun, so sabi nga natin, it increases the probability of their rainfall, which might result to floodings due to more rain-bearing weather system, heavy rainfall events, and also landslides or rain-induced landslides in highly vulnerable areas.
With the heavy rains caused by Enteng and the potential formation of at least 2 tropical cyclones in the coming weeks, based on the tropical cyclone threat potential released by PAGASA, can we say that this marks the onset of La Niña?
These are the precursory signs of developing La Niña. So this is where warm waters near our Philippine Sea or the surface temperatures becoming favorable for rain-bearing weather systems. So mostly also yung tropical cyclone tracks could form near the Philippine area of responsibility, and they tend to have an increasing risk na magkaroon ng mga landfalling tropical cyclones in the Philippines. So meaning, mas warmer yung waters natin near the Philippine Sea. Therefore, very favorable sa mga convective activities natin, and also in terms of tropical cyclone development, mas malapit na yung pagdevelop ng mga bagyo, which is mostly nasa loob na ng park. That just like what has happened during Enteng.
Based on PAGASA's forecast, what is the usual month or period when people can expect the declaration of La Niña?
We are now at La Niña alert, and the probability is around 66% in September, October, November season that La Niña might be formed, and more than 70% in October, November, December season, meaning we can declare La Niña anytime in September, October, and November.
Can you explain how is La Niña monitored and predicted?
So, DOST PAGASA has an ENSO alert and warning system. So, this is an alert and warning system where we try to monitor and predict El Niño and La Niña, including its impact. So, we are using indicators such as the sea surface temperature anomaly in the tropical Pacific, also yung wind, and also yung associated impact niya or yung likelihood of the impact given na magkaroon tayo ng La Niña. And this can be predicted on these ocean and wind parameters, and also yung corresponding impact nito or effect do sa ating rainfall pattern. So for La Niña, we issue La Niña watch, also La Niña alert, and kapag nandiyan na yung La Niña advice. So we are expecting around 6 to 10 tropical cyclones until December 2024. And in general, makikita natin, this is below average from the 20 tropical cyclones that we could receive in a year. So below average pa rin siya.
What risk does La Niña pose, particularly to flood-prone areas?
So this La Nina may brought heavy rainfall events which may result to flooding and rain-induced landslides, lalong-lalo na sa mga highly vulnerable areas natin. Therefore, mas higher ang risk and floodings may become frequent. So possible dyan yung mga river flooding, dam spillage, so landslides, coastal erosion. So therefore, magkakaroon ng mga possible economic losses, might be due to mga traffic, work suspension, and flooding in low-lying areas, not only dito sa ating urban, kundi dito sa mga agricultural areas natin. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga agricultural crops natin ay magkakaroon din ng impact yung mga low-lying agricultural areas natin, posibleng mabaha.
What areas are most vulnerable to La Nina?
This from the OST PAGASA's forecast in terms of rainfall pattern and rainfall amount. So mostly itong areas along the eastern section of our country, particularly in the Bicol, in eastern Visayas, and also eastern Mindanao. So sila yung highly vulnerable during the possible onset of La Nina during the Amihan season. But since ito din yung mga season na mga landfalling, crossing yung ating mga tropical cyclone, therefore pati yung mga possible na tracks ng ating mga bagyo dito sa central and western coast ng Luzon, Visayas, as well as Mindanao will be also highly vulnerable. So possible din na marami din sila marapapagod na ulan kapag mga landfalling or crossing yung bagyo, either yung low pressure area or ITC set.
What preparations has PAGASA been making in light of the threat of La Nina?
So right now, we always conduct yung regular conduct ng climate outlook forum in which we could provide yung ating mga updates about El Nino, La Nina, weather updates, and dam updates. So this is being done regularly every third Wednesday of the month. And this is being done by a Zoom, Facebook Live, and YouTube channel ng official social media account ng PAGASA. And we are also conducting provincial forum on looming La Nina in different parts of the country. So nakaka-anim na kami looming La Nina forum, and next week we will be having the looming La Nina forum for Bicol, for Southern Luzon, and also dire-diretso yung ating yung mga information and education campaign, and also yung mga interagency meetings with the national government and concerned agency. So for example, with the Department of Agriculture, as well as the Technical Working Group for Anglet Dam Operations. So yun yung mga ginagawa natin, mga short-term and medium-term strategies. And also, we have these long-term strategies are for interventions during La Nina, specifically for flood. So meron tayong mga at least 5 related projects para dito sa flood mitigation measures.
What preparation should people and the government make in anticipation of the threat of La Nina?
So what to do with this with this possible or looming La Nina? So firstly, check for flood warnings and advisories from the OST PAGASA, including your local disaster risk reduction and management office. So may mga local news din tayo dyan. So mag-antabay po tayo dyan. And also, we need to remove anything that obstructs the free flow of water in water bodies in your area. So, lalo na dito sa Metro Manila. And we also need to cooperate on local measures to help manage the impact of La Nina. So, may mga preparatory activities or mga preparation yung ating mga local government units or LGUs. So, we need to cooperate on those measures. So, for agriculture naman, so we need to prepare post-harvest facilities for drying and storage ng ating mga agricultural produce kung highly vulnerable or highly prone yung ating mga standing crops. And also, sa agriculture pa rin, so check for advisories from local agricultural officials, and as much as possible, pwede naman nilang i-avail yung crop insurance nila. And for the general public, always have your emergency disaster kit ready.
In our discussion with Ma'am Solis, she clarified that PAGASA has not issued a La Nina advisory yet, but the recent various weather disturbances are one of the indicators that La Nina may be approaching. PAGASA is continuously monitoring the climate as the country remains under La Nina alert with a 66% chance of the La Niña phenomenon being officially declared between September and December. Ma'am Solis also said that flood-prone and low-lying agricultural areas, especially along the eastern section, should be prepared, as the risk of flooding and landslides will be higher during La Niña. She encouraged the public to keep informed with PAGASA's update across its various platforms amid the ongoing inclement weather. This has been another episode of B-Side. Again, this is Edge Eva. Subscribe now and enjoy industry insights on Philippine business and beyond.